Gateman saw Jennifer, he shouted, "Holy ghost fire! Holy ghost fire! Sir, come out! There is a witch in your compound!" Jesus Christ! Blood of Jesus! Ocon, what happened to her? The man asked. Sir, I don't know. I just woke up that morning and saw her like this, the gateman replied. Jennifer, I warned you countless times to refrain from evil and wickedness, but you didn't listen. Now the law of karma has caught up with you. Ocon, open the gate for her to leave before she suffocates me with unpleasant smells, said Victor. Thereafter, Jennifer ran speedily to the native doctor's shrine, who had given her the mysterious charms, and when she got there, the native doctor was extremely shocked to see what she has transformed into. Wise one, please help me. After I did everything you instructed me to do, I woke up with these mysterious conditions, Jennifer exclaimed. Woman, there is absolutely nothing I can do to help you. I warned you to be patient and leave your husband alone, but you insisted on making him mad. Now look at the calamity you've brought upon yourself. Woman, leave my shrine. I cannot help you, the native doctor responded. Jennifer miserably went to another spiritualist who had warned her not to attempt to attack her husband. Help me, please. My life is in danger, Jennifer cried out. Woman, what happened to you? The spiritualist asked. After you warned me not to attack my husband, I couldn't control myself because of depression and frustration. So I decided to go and get a charm from a deadly shrine to make my husband mad. After I did everything the native doctor instructed me to do, I woke up this morning and saw myself like this. Woman, I warned you to be patient. Your problem has just one solution, said the spiritualist. What's that, please? Tell me. I am extremely willing to do anything to get rid of these mysterious circumstances, Jennifer asked. Woman, go and seek forgiveness from the people you've badly offended and make sure they have forgiven you. Woman, if you can do what I just said, I guarantee you speedy recovery from this mysterious condition, the spiritualist replied. Jennifer summoned courage, regardless of her conditions, and went to seek forgiveness from the people she had offended, and all those people sincerely forgave her apart from Miro and John, who were in another village. She tried her best to reach them, but she couldn't access them. So she went to the spiritualist and told him that she had apologized to the people she had offended, and they all forgave her aside her best friend and her husband, who were in another village. Woman, without your best friend and her husband's forgiveness, you would remain with these conditions forever, said the spiritualist. Please, wise one, I have tried to no avail. What can I do to access them? Jennifer asked sadly. There is absolutely nothing you can do to access them, but they would come to the village for a marriage ceremony very soon. So go, and patiently waiting for them, the spiritualist responded. Jennifer's life became as miserable as a wet hen. She was rejected by everybody, and she often slept in a house that had been abandoned many years ago. Life became as hard as Chinese algebra for Jennifer. She usually ate from dustbins. Jennifer attempted committing suicide countless times, but death was very far away from her. During a festive season, Mero's younger brother named Daniel, who was based in another village, came to the village for a holiday and brought some gifts from Mero and John to Elizabeth and Chris. Daniel got to John's house, where Elizabeth was staying, to deliver the gifts to her. Good afternoon, sir, Elizabeth greeted. Thank you. Are you Elizabeth? Daniel asked. Yes, sir, I am, she replied. Please stop calling me sir. I am Daniel, your madam's younger brother. Wow, you're highly welcome, sir. Daniel. Thank you. My sister said I should give you this parcel. Oh my goodness, thank you very much, sir. Oh, sorry, Daniel. It's fine. So you're the Elizabeth that my sister and her husband talks a whole lot about. Yes, sir. Sorry, Daniel, please, sir. Don't be offended. I am very used to calling someone older than me, sir. That's why I keep calling you, sir, despite your warning. It's okay. I understand. What's your level of education? Daniel asked. I am done with secondary school, but I intend to further my education sooner or later, she replied. Wow, that is amazing. My sister told me all the excellent roles you've played in our family, but she never told me that you were as pretty as a speckled pup, said Daniel. Daniel, stop flattering me. Elizabeth, I am not trying to flatter you. I am pretty serious. Elizabeth, I must confess unashamedly that your natural cuteness is beyond comparison, Daniel replied. Oh, thank you very much for the compliment. I am honored. You're welcome. I am in haste to go somewhere very significant right now. I will surely come back so that we can discuss something very delightful, Daniel replied. The next morning, Daniel's mom asked, Daniel, you remember you told me to find you a very beautiful and responsible girl to marry? Yes, Mummy, I remember, Daniel responded. Fine. Here is the girl that I have found for you. Her name is Michelle. She just graduated as a first-class student from Igbama University, one of the best universities in the city. She's highly educated. Her father was a commissioner for Justice and Attorney General of this state, and her mum is my best friend. So how do you see her? Daniel's mom asked. Michelle, please excuse us. Don't be offended, said Daniel. All right, no problem, Michelle replied and excused them. How do you see her? Daniel's mum asked. Mum, she's beautiful. She's the type of girl that every man would want to spend his life with. But, Mum, I am very sorry to say this. I am already in love with someone else, said Daniel. Who is she? Is she a graduate? Daniel's mum asked. Mum, she's not a graduate, but she's done with secondary school, Daniel replied. Daniel, I will never allow you to marry an illiterate into this family. Have you suddenly forgotten that you're from an educated home? Mummy, all these things you are saying don't concern me at all. Everything is my choice, so I have my full right to choose whoever I want in my life, Daniel replied. How long have you known this illiterate stranger you are talking about? Daniel's mom asked. I met her just yesterday, Mom, Daniel replied. What? Daniel, are you okay? Mummy, I am very okay. Daniel, I will never allow you to turn down Michelle because of this poor illiterate stranger. Not when I am still alive, Daniel's mom replied furiously. Mummy, calm down. You're stressing yourself too much over this matter. I am a master's degree holder, so it's not compulsory that I must marry a graduate. Mummy, I am not seeking a girl who is from a rich background or who has an excellent certificate. I am after a girl who has good character, a girl who is humble, faithful, trustworthy, hardworking, reliable, responsible, and God-fearing. And this girl I am talking about has all the qualities that I want in a girl, Daniel replied. How do you know? I thought you said you just met her, Daniel's mom asked. Well, Mom, she was Mero's house girl. So Mero and her husband told me a whole lot about the girl, Daniel replied. Daniel, come again. Did you just say Mero's house girl? She asked curiously. Yes, Mummy, any problem? Not really. What is the girl's name? Daniel's mom eagerly asked, and when Daniel mentioned Elizabeth's name, Daniel was super amazed by his mom's reactions. Mummy, her name is Elizabeth, Daniel replied. Daniel, are you saying you're in love with Elizabeth who worked for Mero? Yes, Mummy. Do you have any problem with her? Daniel asked. Not at all. But you could have told me initially that you were talking about Elizabeth. I wouldn't stress you and stress myself also, she replied. Wow, so Mummy, do you like the girl? Pretty sure. I love Elizabeth exceedingly. I never thought of her before. She's super amazing. Her type is as rare as a hen's teeth. Your two sisters and their husbands told me the wondrous roles Elizabeth played in my family, and I was super amazed. Son, if it is Elizabeth you want to marry, then you have my total support, she replied. Thank you very much, Mom. You're welcome, son. Please call Michelle. Okay, Mom. Michelle, please, my mom is calling you. Okay, I am coming, Michelle replied. Michelle, I am very sorry for what I am about to say. The marriage plan between you and my son won't work out, please. He said he's already in love with another girl, so there is absolutely nothing I can do at this point to convince him to marry you, said Daniel's mom. It's fine, Ma. I eavesdropped on everything. I love his decision. It's very wise and crucial for a man to choose a woman whom he wants to marry by himself, so I hold no grudge against you and him, Michelle replied. Thank you, my daughter. Thank you very much, Michelle, for your understanding. Daniel appreciated her. A few days later, Daniel went to John's house to see Elizabeth, and when he got there, Elizabeth was about to go to work. You're welcome, Daniel. Good morning, Elizabeth greeted. Morning, how are you doing? He asked. I am good, and you? I am pretty fine. Elizabeth, I came to discuss something very significant with you, said Daniel. Daniel, please, I am very sorry. I am in haste to go to my shop. Can you postpone the discussion until evening, please? In that case, I will accompany you to your shop so that we discuss it there, Daniel replied. Okay, no problem. When they got to the shop, he assisted her in tidying and arranging the shop, and after the arrangement, they started their discussion. First and foremost, I want to introduce myself to you. My name is Dr. Daniel. I am a medical doctor and I work in a private hospital in the city. I just acquired a house in the city a few months ago, so I came to the village in search of a wife. Wow, that's awesome, but I still find it very difficult to believe you're a medical doctor, said Elizabeth. May I know why? Daniel asked. Because you're super modest and simple, she replied. Oh, that's my lifestyle. Elizabeth, be sincere. Do you have a fiancé, or are you in a serious relationship? Not at all. All my focus is on my business, so I don't have that time to fall in love with any man for now. I prefer to be a lone wolf than to be in a relationship with someone who would mess up my life and flee. So I am very okay to be a lone wolf, Elizabeth replied. Wow, that's interesting. But what if I tell you that I am in love with you? Will you believe me? Daniel asked. You in love with me? That's impossible. I don't believe you at all, Elizabeth replied. Well, Elizabeth, I am genuinely in love with you. I started having feelings for you right from the day my sister and her husband told me everything about you. I was extremely amazed when my brother-in-law told me the roles that you and he played when my sister was desperate to have a child. Elizabeth, can I tell you the truth? You're the reason why I came from the city to the village. I never intended to come to the village this year, but when my sister and her husband told me how responsible and faithful you are, I decided to come. And when I told my mum about you a few days ago, she was blissful, and she can't wait for us to get married. Elizabeth, I love you so much. Will you marry me, please? Daniel proposed. Daniel, please don't do this. Stand up. I am very sorry, I can't marry you, Elizabeth replied. But why? Because we're not in the same societal class. Your level is far beyond mine. Please look for a girl that's up to your standard, Elizabeth replied. Elizabeth, forget about my status. I love you irrespective of whatever status you are insinuating. I love you unconditionally. So will you marry me? Daniel asked. I will marry you on one condition, she replied. What condition, please? I desire to go to school, so you will promise to send me to school, she replied. Elizabeth, I promise to send you to any level of education you desire. Are you okay now? Yes, I will marry you, Elizabeth replied. A week later, Daniel paid Elizabeth's dowry, and they fixed the date for their traditional marriage and wedding. A few days later, back in Evan's house in the city, Jennifer's daughter insisted on seeing her mom. Daddy, may I know why you don't want me to talk to my mom? Jennifer's daughter asked. Princess, your mother is very wicked, so I don't want you to talk to her, Evans replied. Daddy, I desire to see and talk to my mom. Princess, I will never allow you to see your mum. Just forget about her, Evans replied. Daddy, I miss my mom pretty much, so I want you to take me to the village. I want to stay with my mom, the princess insisted. Princess, I can grant you any other request, but I will turn down this particular request. Daddy, what's going on between you and my mom? She asked. Princess, your mother is an evil woman, so don't think of staying with her because she might kill you, Evans replied. Daddy, I don't care whether she's evil or not. All I know is that she's my mom, and I desire to stay with her, so if I perish, I perish. The princess still stood by her decision. Princess, what's wrong with you this afternoon? Are you sure you're normal? Evans asked. Daddy, there is absolutely nothing wrong with me. I want to stay with my mum, and that's all. I said you will never see her. Daddy, I must see my mum. Get out of my presence before I slap you right now. What's wrong with this girl? Evans commanded her, and she ran inside the kitchen. Honey, please take it easy on her. She's just a little girl, said Evelyn. Ah, Princess, what's the meaning of this? What are you doing with the knife? Evans asked. Daddy, if you don't promise to take me to the village to see my mum, I will stab myself with this knife right now, said the princess. Princess, put down the knife, please. If your dad doesn't want to take you to the village to see your mum, I will take you there, please, Evelyn replied. My angel, please, I promise to take you to the village next month. Please drop the knife, said Evans. Okay, but Daddy, if you fail to fulfill your promise, I will kill myself. Do you agree? The princess asked. Yes, my angel, I agree. A month later, Mero, her husband, and their twins arrived in the village for Danielle and Elizabeth's marriage ceremony. And Mero was 5 months pregnant by this time. When Jennifer heard Mero and John were around, she summoned courage and went to their house to seek their forgiveness. Old smelling mad woman, what are you doing here? The gateman asked. Please, I want to see Mero and John. Allow me to see them, Jennifer begged. Please go, they don't want to see you, said the gateman. John and Mero were about to go out. Sam, open the gate, said John. Honey, please reverse. I can see a mad woman by our gate. I wonder what she is looking for, said Mero. John reversed, and they were shocked when they saw Jennifer. Please, John and Mero, I am very sorry for everything I did to you people. Please forgive me, Jennifer murmured. Jennifer narrated everything to them and sought their forgiveness. If God, the creator of the universe and the giver of life, can forgive humans and still show his mercy, then who am I not to forgive you? Jennifer, stand up. I have sincerely forgiven you, and may God have mercy on you and heal you from these mysterious conditions, said John. Thank you very much, John. Please, Mero, forgive me, said Jennifer. Jennifer, you would rather die with these conditions than I ever forgive you, Mero replied. Babe, please forgive her and let bygones be bygones, said John. I will never forgive this woman. She almost ruined my entire family. She's evil. She doesn't deserve my forgiveness, Mero replied. Please, Mero, have mercy on me. I have passed through hell because of what I did to you and your husband. Please forgive me. If you don't forgive me, I might die in these situations. Babe, to err is human, to forgive divine. Please, honey, find a place in your heart to forgive her, said John. It's okay, Jennifer. I have forgiven you, and may God forgive you and grant you mercy, Mero replied. The next day, Jennifer started recovering gradually from the mysterious conditions. A few days later, Daniel and Elizabeth had their wedding. A week after their wedding, Evans and Princess arrived in the village, and before then, Jennifer had completely recovered from the mysterious conditions. Jennifer, I brought you Princess. She insisted on staying with you. Here are the documents for the house that I bought in the village because of her. Please take good care of her. I will be sending you 500,000 naira monthly to take care of her expenses because I don't want her to experience any hardship, and I will be coming yearly to the village to see her, said Evans. It's okay. I am happy to see my daughter. I thought I wouldn't see her anymore. Thank you for bringing her to me, Jennifer replied. Well, I am very sorry for everything that happened. I did everything to teach you lessons and hoped you turn a new leaf. Evans apologized. It's okay, Evans. It wasn't your fault. I have learned my lessons in hard ways. I just learned that whatever a man sows, so shall he reap. If he sows good, he will reap good, and if he sows evil, he will surely reap evil, said Jennifer. A few months later, Mero and John welcomed another set of twins, a boy and a girl, and they lived happily ever after. To err is human, to forgive is divine. Let's always forgive and love, no matter how badly we have been treated.